Hi everyone, welcome to the podcast. P is for Plog. This is season 2, episode 8, but it's really a bit of a sub-season in the P is for Plog podcast. So this was my podcast I've been doing weekly or trying to do weekly, where I talk about my life as a professional plogger, as someone who picks up trash professionally while running for a living. I don't know if it's going to work, and that was the whole point of this podcast, to share that journey with you. In May, I've got a huge event that's going to be happening that is part of my life as a professional. I wanted to make it as outrageously impactful as I can. So in May, what I'm going to be doing is, and I'm sure most of you know this, just bear with me if you've heard me say this a gazillion times. In May, I'm going to be running 31 marathons, a marathon every day. In fact, at least a marathon every day. So that's the minimum distance I need to cover. And I'll be doing it in a banana suit, picking up trash, just like I normally do, but I'll be going all around the country, having cleanups everywhere, meeting people, hopefully. And it's just me on my own. It's not like I've got a crew that are going to be supporting me in a van. I need to find accommodation. And, I am, as a professional blogger, I'm just on my own here. I've not got a team or a workforce. It's just me. So I'm having to do it all myself. So a bit of a sub-season where I just talk about how it's going each couple of days, because we're 36 days away from the event. And, well, yesterday, 37 days to the event, I was like 19 hotels, 19 days. I didn't have accommodation sorted. I was like thinking, right, I really need to consider taking a tent and sleeping bag and all that equipment and then just pitching up on the side of a road and having to do that. It's not really going to be helpful for me if I want to run a marathon the next day, or if I've just done a marathon. But if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So I've been trying desperately to find hotels that are willing to put me up for the night. And I wasn't really getting any responses. It was something like 85%. When I looked at it last week, it was 85% of the hotels I contacted just didn't contact me back. And it was really throwing me. But I think I know the reason why. And it's a bit shameful on my part. But more importantly, I think there's some other factors that are going on in there at the moment. So this morning, I spent 6 hours or whatever sending out all these emails. I've had 3 people come back, or 3 places come back and said yes straight away, and like within 30 minutes, I've got a reply from a hotel, I've got another reply from a hotel, another reply from a hotel, saying yes, we'd love to support your crazy adventure, and just get you, you know, a place to stay while you're here, and hopefully we can be accommodating. I don't know, I'm rambling now, but yeah, they just send really nice messages. Some of them actually said you're a bit crazy, that we love that crazy, let's support it. But yeah, they're all genuine, and I think that's the important one, is the right the right accommodation will come to me. If I just send out enough emails, then one will come back, and that one that comes back isn't sort of just, oh, okay, let's do it. It's coming back and say, yes, let's do it. They're really enthusiastic. So every one of these I really want to celebrate, because they are 100% behind me. They see what I'm doing and they understand it. They think it's crazy. They think it's fun, and they want to support it. And so I'm so grateful to those ones that have been signing up already. So what's changed? Well, I think the biggest thing is today I started doing my emails in Dutch. I told you it'd be shameful. It's a bit shameful that I have been doing them in English up until now. The reason being is I kind of do everything on my social media in English. I'm doing this in English, whereas I am living in the Netherlands. That's got its own language. It's not like it's an English speaking country. It's a country that speaks English really, really well, but it's not. It's Dutch is its language, funnily enough. So it's a bit shameful that I don't do it. But the reason why I don't is for personal reasons. I can better express myself in English, and that will always be the case. I'm getting better at Dutch, but I will always be more eloquent. The nuance in what I'm trying to say will always come out better in English, and that's just a fact. There's also the fact that, so there's one part of it is me being lazy. The other part of it is my Dutch isn't very good. But the other part is of course, the Dutch speak it so well, and my mission isn't restricted to one country. I'm trying to inspire people around the world. So English is a better tool to do that. It's as simple as that. but maybe I should have been contacting these hotels in Dutch. So I don't know if that's the reason why they've responded, or they're just a little bit. It's easier for them to maybe it's just a little bit easier. Like it's easier for me to read English. Whatever the reason, I've had a really good pickup today. I kind of didn't do that email because I make so many really bad mistakes when I try and write it in Dutch. So it takes so much effort and it takes so much time. That's why, maybe I've sent 20 emails out in what, 6 hours or something on those lines. But whatever the reason, it seems to have had a better reaction. So I'm really, I do need to do it more in Dutch, and I've been thinking about that with the live streams I'm going to be doing in the hotels. I think I'll be doing it a mix. I'll be doing it in Dutch and English. I need to do it in English, but I should do it in Dutch. I think that's the right way of wording it. So I think Dutch has had a factor, but I think there's an even more important factor, that the reason why I've been having a good pickup is perhaps I've been focusing on the wrong type of hotels. Whereas before I've focused on, okay, this one is, I'm going to go for that one. And I wouldn't say I've sort of chosen the best hotels, but I've chosen hotels that are going to be right in the center. They're going to be right. I've got some very sort of, okay, this would be the most ideal hotel, but that tends to be maybe a little bit more luxurious hotel than than I need, but it's just closer. I think I can get a little bit more out of it. So I don't have to dig so hard, or it's a big hotel rather than a small hotel or a B&B or a hostel or just a little, just a couple of rooms. So I've not reached out to them because I've assumed that they wouldn't perhaps be able to do it. But maybe that was wrong, because now that I'm reaching out to more and more, I'm reaching out to these smaller, more boutique hotels, these smaller hostels, or just B&B accommodations that someone set up, and it's a real personal family thing. Maybe it's easier to connect with people when that's the case. So whatever the reason, I'm just so thrilled that it's been a really good pickup, and all of the ones that have replied today, as well as all the other ones I've had so far, have just been they just bring joy to me. That it is just crazy. So that's where we're up to, and we're up to 57% at the moment. 57% of my days, so I'm over the half for the first time, which is just awesome. So I'll be doing that for the next few days as well. Patagonia, the next thing is Patagonia. So I got an email from the guy that's in Patagonia that's been making the suit for me, and he said it's finished, and then he said you're not allowed to look at it. I thought, what? So I've got Patagonia. I've got two banana suits that are being made. I'll talk about the other one soon, but we're still getting the Patagonia one done first. So I'll talk about that for the moment. So Patagonia have kindly offered to make a banana suit for me, which is just so wonderful to have that name do that. And a really awesome guy has been making it for me. I've gone there for a fitting and everything. I went there last week and tried it on. It was nearly finished. And I said to him, right, yeah, just so I can get the sponsors on correctly, I'll come and pick it up and then I'll bring it back on that day. And so the email from him said, it's finished. You're not allowed to pick it up. We want it to be a little bit more of a surprise for you. So with that, you just have to wait. So, damn it. So it's kind of cool. So I can't even tell you what it looks like. I know what it kind of looks like, but I don't really know what it looks like when it's finished. So yeah, we shall see. Damn it. I'm talking about Patagonia. If for the reveal is on next Wednesday, on the 2nd of April. So there are still a few places available. I'll link to it in the description. So if you want to come and join us. You see the banana suit, go for a plog, an hour plog, nice easy 5 kilometer thing. And then we've got some free beer from Two Chefs Brewery that's got my face on it in the banana suit. So come along to that. There's only a couple of spaces left, so let's fill those up. And then the last thing I want to mention is the best laid plans of mice and men, or whatever they say. I had this brilliant idea next Monday, so I haven't got many activities that I'm obliged to attend. One of them's next Monday with Sunthorpe Museum. I'm doing a school group, which I'm really excited about, but I had this idea of these sort of cardboard trees, and I started working on today. And the cardboard is too thick to fit in my cutter machine, my Cricut. So I'm going to have to cut them out by hand. So I've literally got like 100 cardboard trees to make in this really intricate pattern. Damn it. It's a perfect example of how I make things so hard for myself. It's just ridiculous. But I'll show you what they look like on the next episode, and also check out my Instagram. I'm going to keep it there because I've got a meeting in 10 minutes with Rabobank, one of my people that have invested in me. So I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to hang up now. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and I'll speak to you in a couple of days' time with the latest update. 36 days to go. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Let's do this. Boom. Bye.